Well, hello there. I'm Paulo Bricado, and this is a TRT Q&A. And today we have a very interesting question, and it comes from Clear111. And he says, have you experienced any negatives with TRT? Hair loss, change of voice? I'm a classical singer and cannot afford to lose my voice or have any changes. Many thanks. Okay, so to answer your first question, have I experienced any negatives with TRT? From my side, absolutely not. All I've experienced are positives. And that's because when I started, I had quite low T, pretty low T, and my levels are kind of in the mid-range now. And since getting TRT, all the negatives I had have basically disappeared, and there's just been positives, which is why I'm such a big fan of TRT. Okay, so you asked about hair loss and change of voice. In my case, I have noticed a bit of a change in voice because with having optimal levels of TRT comes a level of confidence as well. And so with confidence, you project your voice and it's a bit more deeper and louder than it normally would be. But I have noticed, and other people have commented, that it's slightly more deeper as well. I still think I'm a little bit nasally with a bit of a gay sound to it, but there has been a slight improvement, right? So if you are a classical singer and you're worried about your voice changing, I would tread very carefully, right? Then on to the next thing, hair loss. Well, before I started TRT, my hair was actually falling out, right? I was noticing little pieces every day, washing out in the basin and shit like that. And my hairline started receding slightly when I was about 29, and I was freaking the fuck out. And I also have baldness on both sides, both my mother and my father's side in the family, which means, you know, I should have been going bald. But and this is weird for me because usually TRT, especially when you have higher levels of testosterone, it can lead to baldness in some people, right? And it can lead to hair loss. And even in the book, you know, I've read stories about some people who've experienced this. And in my opinion, even if that was the case, I'd rather deal with hair loss and shave my hair off and have the wonderful positive effects of TRT than deal with the side effects of low testosterone just so that I could keep my hair. But that's just me, right? So if you're worried about hair loss, then again, like with the case of your voice, I would tread very carefully and I would probably avoid TRT. Now, you haven't said why you need TRT. So I don't know what your symptoms are. If they're not so bad and you can deal with them and, you know, you're just wondering if you should be interested in TRT or not, I would probably stay away. But if you're having severe symptoms and, like, you know, all the negative effects that you get from low testosterone, like anxiety, low energy and that kind of stuff, I don't know how the fuck you are still living, because I know that it was almost unbearable for me, and I would do anything to get away from those side effects I was feeling. And even to this day, I'll do anything possible to keep my health perfect and never go back to low testosterone type of situation. So it's really the ball's in your court. I would first find out why you're looking into TRT and maybe talk to your doctor about it. But you are going to put yourself at risk of hair loss and a change of voice. It's just one of those things. Testosterone is one of those manly hormones, and it, you know, along with, you know, being a man come all the sort of effects of being a man. You know, maybe it's a bit more hair growth, or it's hair loss, you know, deeper voice, that kind of thing. Yeah, I would, you know, think carefully about that. So for me, it worked wonders, but I think I'm a bit of an exception, and I'm not on the higher end of the spectrum of the testosterone. I'm more sort of the mid-range. So I've been very fortunate and only had positives, but I have read many stories about people that have a couple of side effects. Now, those side effects get even worse when you go over the natural high end of the range. You know, like, just look at bodybuilders and guys that fucking munch steroids every single day, you know, for their body and for bodybuilding. You know, they experience all of these symptoms. You see them, you know, balding. You see them losing their hair. You see them, their voice getting deeper. I mean, you can see them. The more testosterone they take, the more fucking manly they look. So it just makes sense. So for your situation, I would play it safe and think very carefully about how you want to proceed. So I hope I answered your question. And if you have any questions about TRT or my experiences on testosterone replacement therapy, just leave a comment in the section below and I will answer it in a video like this one. And until next time, bye.